Types of sexual deviation. Homosexuality. The refers to sexual relations between individuals of the same sex. Transvestism. Also called transvestitism, cross-dressing, or eonism. Transvestism means the compulsive obsessive need of an individual, almost always male, to wear clothes worn by the opposite sex. Transsexualism is a kind of sexual deviation in which an individual has an obsessive, compulsive desire to belong to the opposite sex. A transsexual person does not only want to dress in the clothing of the other sex, but also wish to have her sex organs surgically changed. Exhibitionism. The sexual deviation refers to an individual's obsessive, compulsive inclination to obtain sexual gratification by public exposure of her body or sex organs. Sadism. This is a form of sexual abnormality in which sexual gratification depends largely on the infliction of pain upon others. Masochism. Named after Leopold von Sacher-Masoch, an Austrian novelist who described this condition, masochism is a type of sexual aberration in which sexual gratification depends largely on undergoing physical pain or humiliation. Necrophilia. It is an abnormal, erotic attraction to corpses. Tries to have sex relations with it. Necrosadism. This is a sexual abnormality in which an individual experiences sexual stimulation and orgasm by mutilating corpses. Sex murder is that the farmer kills his partner solely in order to enhance his own arousal and sexual. Preventive measures of sex deviation. Some of the prophylactic measures that can be taken to prevent a boy or a girl from becoming a sex deviant are as follows. 1. A child should be raised with a healthy, thoroughly non-guilty attitude toward human sexuality. 2. A child should be taught that some laws are necessary for the governing of sex, love, and marital relationships, and that these laws are protective of one's right to sex and happiness. 3. Children should be given extensive and intensive sex education, in an objective and impersonal manner, and should be instructed about sex deviations. 4. Children should be strongly encouraged to have heterosexual experiences and to be thoroughly unguilty about their participation. 5. Children should be raised and nurtured and brought up in such a way that they like themselves and are willing to take risks of sex love challenges. Pornography and prostitution. Pornography. From the Greek pornographos, writing of prostitutes, pornography means obscene and prurient literature or art. Presently, it has come to mean the deliberate employment or use of sexually arousing pictorials or reading matter. Prostitution. Prostitution, on the other hand, involves the selling of sexual services for a price, either in cash or in kind. Originally, only a woman offered her body for hire for purposes of sexual intercourse, including male and child. Female prostitutes, locally known as hospitality girls, include go-go dancers, hostesses in cocktail lounges and nightclubs, waitresses, etc. Male prostitutes or call boys constitute university students, models, and tour guides, but in low-class male prostitutes are waiters, sauna boys, a go-go dancer, male hosts, etc. Child prostitutes, young boys and girls aged 7 to 15, they are roam the streets from late at night until morning looking for sex customers. Sexual abnormalities and infirmities may be devoid of any moral bearing. Hence they are more pathological than ethical in nature. Dyspareunia, also medically known as painful intercourse if prolonged for more than a few weeks, is an unusual condition. Various physical causes of abnormality in female include small vaginal entrance, inflammation of the sex organs, a thick or inelastic hymen, infected ovary or tube, shrinkage of the vagina in older females, sagging of the pelvic structure, lack of lubrication or poor sexual technique, sexual anomalies and ailment, while in male dyspareunia exists may be due to an inflamed urinary opening, a too tight or irritated foreskin, especially in the uncircumcised male, other sensitivities of the penis. There may be psychological causes or origins of dyspareunia in both male and female, for example, fear of intercourse, fear of pregnancy, hostility toward the spouse, and bodily tension. Vaginismus. This pathological condition occurs when strong spasmodic contractions of the muscles at the entrance of the vagina result in the blocking of penile vaginal intromission, and it is caused by extreme fevers of sexual intercourse and poor personal relations between sex mates. Priapism. From Priapos in Greek mythology, the god of male procreative power, son of Dionysius and Aphrodite. Priapism is a prolonged and persistent erection of penis or clitoris, usually without sexual desire, which can't be relieved by orgasm. It is caused by neuromuscular disease or genitourinary irritation. Nymphomania. An extreme and ungovernable sexual desire in women. It has intense sexual craving that is not relieved by intercourse or orgasm, and which may drive her to near madness, caused by unusual conditions of neuromuscular disease. Satyriasis. It referred to an excessive and uncontrollable sexual desire in men. This intense and insatiable desire on the part of a male generally results from severe neuropsychiatric disease or disorder. Hermaphroditism. From Greek Hermaphroditus in Greek mythology, the son of Hermes and Aphrodite, who became united with the nymph Salmacis in a single body. It is a very rare condition in which an individual has both male and female sexual organs. Cryptorchidism. From Greek kryptos, hidden. It is a sex anomaly in which a male has one or two hidden or undescended testicles. Penis captivus. It is found in sexological literature where a few authentic cases of penis captivus are the capture of the penis by the vagina in such a way that the male cannot release himself. Sexually transmitted disease is commonly known as venereal disease (VD). It includes syphilis, gonorrhea, and AIDS. Almost always syphilis and gonorrhea are spread by direct sexual contact. Syphilis is transmitted by non-genital contact such as lips-to-lips kissing or touching an individual who has the disease. Likewise, gonorrhea may be non-sexually transmitted to young females whose vaginal mucous membrane is thin. It is usually felt about 2 to 5 days after transmission or infection. How to avoid becoming infected with syphilis and gonorrhea? Simply by avoiding sexual contact with individuals who are likely to have these diseases. Sexually transmitted diseases. Acquired immune deficiency syndrome. AIDS is incurable fetal disease that destroys the body's immune defense mechanism, its ability to fight off some infections and cancer. It is usually transmitted through sex with an infected individual or by sharing contaminated drug needles. An infected pregnant woman can pass the virus to her newborn child. Drugs abusers get the virus by sharing their needles with other users who already have the AIDS virus in the blood. People also get AIDS by having sex with people who have the virus. Always use a condom. Limit your sex partners to one. Stop using and shopping drugs. Don't have sex with people who have AIDS or who might have the AIDS virus. Don't let semen from an infected person enter your mouth. Don't rent works or buy works that have been used by someone else. Don't leave your works around where others can pick them up and stick these on themselves. The commandments of safer sex. Application of ethical theories. Natural law ethics perceives human sexuality as sacred as it is God-given. God created man and woman as sexual partner in order to be fruitful, multiply, and replenish the earth. In the light of Kant's ethical principle, always act so as to treat humanity, either yourself or others, always as an end and never as only a means. Kant's moral injunction enjoins every individual to treat all people as an end. Under Rawls's concept of justice, sexploitation or exploitation of sex is not legitimate. Every man and woman is held inviolable. This inviolability, founded on justice, is so sacrosanct that no individual, rich or poor, male or female, should be used as a means for another person's end. Furthermore, it stresses our duty to respect others as persons, and never to take advantage of them, nor to use them for our own personal gains. In the context of Fletcher's situationism, an evil means doesn't always nullify a good end. It all depends upon a given situation. An act which is right in some circumstances may be wrong in others. That is, we may do what would be evil some situations, if, in this one, a gape gains the balance. One may interpret Fletcher's precept to mean that prostitution out of necessity and survival may be morally legitimate, but to consider it as one's business or profession is morally wrong. Molarity is a dynamic process, and so an individual's dialectical growth in self-awareness increases his consciousness of right and wrong. Thus, the realm of moral ambiguity, or gray areas in moral actions and issues, serves as an invitation to grow in self-awareness and freedom.